Another two important things about lock screens, two things that we use a lot, is access to control center and widgets. So both phones, to access the control centers, you're gonna have to swipe from the top down, but on the iPhone 10 you have to swipe from the top down, only from the right corner. On the Android system you can swipe from the right, from the center, from the left, anywhere. It's much easier to get access to. Again, here you get a full screen of controls. Here you get half the screen of controls, but you have 2 pages, and it's customizable. But again, once you want to customize, you have to get into your phone. So all you get from the lock screen are the functions you already have set up and your brightness. Here you have these set. You can add more from the settings inside the phone. Once again, we have a dedicated episode for Control Center. It's gonna be a very interesting episode. But again, we're concerned here only about Control Center on the lock screen. Access is from swiping from the top down, and exiting is by throwing it back up, the same gesture, or on both systems, you can just tap here and you'll exit from your control center. The surprise is when it comes to widgets. You don't get access to widgets on the Android system, and you get full access to your widgets on the iOS system from the lock screen. Again, I know there are launchers and third-party apps that play into the system and make you do that on Android. But again, we have a separate episode about launchers and third-party apps that play into the system. You can jailbreak your iPhone, for example, and play into the system too, but we're going to talk about this later in another episode. But again, we're talking about raw Android and raw iOS out of the box, what you get from Google and Apple. No access to widgets whatsoever over here. Whereas on the iPhone 10, your iOS system, with a simple swipe from left to right, you get full access to all your widgets, a search bar, your time and date, all your widgets. You can show more details like this weather app over here. You can show less with your stocks here, just the 2 of them instead of all this. And depending on the widget, you can interact by showing more, showing less, or interacting with the widget. From the lock screen, swipe left, back right, as easy as that. You get full access to all your widgets. No widgets over here whatsoever. Again, out of the box and the native system.